What's up, everybody? My name is Nico Toliano, owner of The Success Agency. Welcome to the Success Agency Podcast, Episode 1. So I started this podcast to give a little bit of background about me and my business, The Success Agency, but I also plan to network with a lot of business owners throughout the upcoming years, have them on the podcast, tell their stories and what works for them. So a little bit of background about The Success Agency. We are a social media marketing agency out of Buffalo, New York, but work with clients all around America. We've worked with clients in Texas, worked with clients in Florida and a couple other states. A lot of business here in Buffalo, though. So we started around November of 2016 and then started picking up clients a lot throughout 2017. And we keep growing here in 2018. It's pretty great. So a little bit about me. I started as a real estate agent, actually, right out of high school back in 2014, and it was great. Got to learn about the real estate industry, among many other business industries. I've always been very entrepreneurial, so when the time came to jump into social media, I did, without a doubt. Just seeing some statistics I have here from Hootsuite. As of January of 2018, 6 hours and 30 minutes of time is spent on using the internet on any device, as opposed to the 4 hours a day spent listening to streaming video on television or on demand or broadcast. And then you have 2 hours spent on social media on any device, which is half of what TV, but the internet and the internet and social media together make over 8.5 hours, which is more than double of TV. So you could see where the advertising industry is growing, which is a major reason why I chose social media and decided to learn so much about it. In 2017, digital ad spending reached $209 billion worldwide, while TV only brought in $178 billion. And those numbers are both actually supposed to rise to 2018, but couple more statistics. Facebook's the second most popular site in the world, just behind Google. So you could see where a lot of people spend their time. And if any of you guys listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, it's all about the attention, where people's attentions are. Since 2014 to 2016, social media ad budgets have doubled. And then a couple other sites. 63% of Snapchat users access the platform daily. Snapchat's another big one that I think is totally underused. You could create Snapchat geo filters for $5 for the day and reach thousands and thousands of people. I was actually in Toronto, I think that was March, for the Real Estate Wealth Expo. Got to see Damon John speak, which was amazing. Alex Rodriguez. Met Adam Carolla. He did something about podcasting, which is kind of why I got into it. But see all these great people speak. And had created a Snapchat filter to run from, I think, 11 a.m. to around 6 p.m. is when the event ended. And everybody in my demographic, real estate people, business people, created an ad. I'll put it up on the screen, and got that to run the entire Toronto Convention Center for under $9 and reached, I think, 3,000 people. I'll pull up all the stats on that too. Yeah. So back to the statistics. Snapchat's the most important platform for teenagers. Over 187 million daily active users. So if you're not putting a little bit of time in on Snapchat, I highly recommend it. I know a lot of my clients focus a lot of time on Facebook right now because it generates the quickest ROI, but for the long term, Snapchat is going to be a player. 78% of Americans between ages 18 and 24 use Snapchat. That's pretty big. And then on YouTube, there's over 1 billion hours of video per day watched on YouTube. That's crazy. And on mobile alone, YouTube reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than any broadcast or cable TV network, according to brandwatch.com. Yeah. So a little bit more about me. I work with a wider range of clients. I work with a party rental company. I work with concrete company. I work with many real estate agents. Actually, that is kind of what I love doing most because I was in real estate. And I'll pull up some of my results right now for my real estate clients. I'll put a few up on the screen. I had an ad for a agent I work with in Jacksonville for a $70,000 listing. It was more of a investment property than a home, so we targeted home buyers and investors. You could target those on Facebook Ads Manager. We generated 32 leads in 1 week for $1.83 per lead. $200,000 house in Amherst, 15 leads for $2.11 per lead, all within a week. On a $280,000 house actually around the corner from me in Youngstown, New York, 30 leads for $7.93 per lead. Again, in Facebook, that was targeted for people making $75,000 or more per year, so they could actually afford the listing. Yeah, and actually, now that Facebook, as of yesterday, August 14th, you can no longer target using third-party data, which is a big hit to advertisers and people really generating a lot of leads in business on Facebook. You can no longer hit that demographic. It's not like the people left Facebook. We could still reach them. It's just a little bit harder, costs a little bit more money. But back to my real estate leads, it's crazy. I'll try to pull up the statistic. I hear horror stories on how much leads cost on Zillow and Trulia and those sites. But I generate real estate leads for $1 to $3 to $4 in a lot of cases, especially in this market, being a seller's market. Let me try to pull up some Zillow leads. We're on fitssmallbusiness.com. A lot of times, they're not even going by lead. They're going by cost per 1,000 ad views. And that's up to 60s and just as low as $20 for 1,000 ad views. I've gotten videos go a little locally viral for some of my clients for $30 and we reach 12,000 people, which is so much less than that. Using these third-party sites and Zillow, yeah, you're going to reach, maybe the demographic is easier to hit on that site, but on Facebook, you could just target people looking on Zillow.com, reach them for so much less money, especially if you have a good lead generation ad. This is a lot of what my leads come for, lead generation ads. I do not really work a lot with landing pages because it's easier to build them on Facebook and a little bit more trustworthy. People aren't, there's a little bit of higher conversion rate with lead generation ads than with landing pages because you're already on Facebook, so they trust Facebook, which maybe not so much anymore with Cambridge Analytica, but that's a big reason why the demographics are from the third-party sites are being removed from Facebook. So, and then back to some more statistics for the rental company I work with. They do bounce houses, inflatables, and stuff like that. We're still running a campaign from June 25th. We're up to 72 leads for under $3 a lead. Now these leads could convert for a bounce house that costs $400 for a day, or it could be for a huge grad party that might cost $2,000, $3,000. So I'm very happy with how that is working. Also, some just in business news, CNBC says that small business confidence is up to 62. 58% of small businesses conditions are good according to them, up from 53%. 33% of businesses say they're looking to hire within the next 12 months, up from 31%. So a lot of businesses are growing. They're looking to expand. A big reason why I got into marketing, helping these businesses expand and really producing great results, because social media is so efficient, cost efficient right now compared to TV and radio. And I'm sure as time goes on that will not be as true. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue this podcast. I'm glad I got to give a little bit about me and we are always looking for more clients to take on. If you go to thesuccessagency.com, and on the top bar, you could always book a free consultation with me. We could talk about social media for your business and what you could do to produce some results for yourself. We are always looking to have businesses on the podcast. That is going to be a big push. I love hearing backstories on businesses, especially for really old businesses and how it started and some of the trials and tribulations. I really want to make this podcast something to help business owners learn from business owners of their size, because it's one thing to listen to these podcasts with the Damon Johns of the world and the Mark Cubans giving their advice, but sometimes just the little tips and tricks from your small, medium, local businesses could really make a huge impact on some of the listeners. So I'm really excited to help out a lot of businesses with this podcast. I'm excited to network and meet some great people, and I hope all my viewers are excited to watch and learn some business. So stay tuned. I'm also on the YouTube channel going to put out a lot of social media marketing strategies, behind the scenes stuff, some of the things that people pay hundreds and thousands of dollars in courses to learn. We're going to learn how to create offers on Facebook, create lead generation ads, build Snapchat filters, and the whole 9 yards there. So make sure to follow The Success Agency on YouTube. On Facebook, we're at The Success AGCY. On Instagram, it's at The Success Agency. And then make sure to follow me personally. I put out a lot of motivational content on Instagram and Twitter, at Nico Toliano on Instagram and at Nico_Toliano on Twitter. I will put all the links in the bio below. And if you know anybody that wants to be on the podcast, give me a comment, shoot me a message. I'm glad to have anybody on. And that should do it. I will see you guys later.